Well. You know, after all the time and all of the effort that I have put into things over the last few years, you'd expect to see a little recognition from particular people that are now in the elevated positions that I don't honestly think they any deserve anymore. You see, when somebody got too big for the boots, you get rid. And now, this is the next part that's going to happen. So I've been ignored. A few other people are being ignored. And enough is enough, and it's time for the change. Now, I know my exit was, well, as you say, tainted. It wasn't planned. It wasn't anything. I was surreptitiously removed for a mistake. And I held by that decision, and I'm still perfectly fine with it. That being said, what I need right now is to call out the little asshole. Because if there's one thing I cannot stand, it's people who lie to me. That particular person being one of the producers of Unshackled at the moment, who I put in that position in the first place, would be David. Dark Shadows, David the douche, dipshit. And I'm going to call him out exactly for what it is, because he lied to me. And I will tell you why. You see, David messaged me a few hours ago, sending me the link to, what was it? A Kickside forum post that Golden Doodle was going to be on the show, and blah, 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 and he wanted me to moderate the YouTube. And I turned around and said to him, it was basic. The only way that I would moderate his YouTube, or the War Commander Unshackled YouTube channel, was if I was on the show. And he blatantly told me, bang to rights, that he had a full panel. So he didn't need that. He didn't need me to moderate the YouTube chat to stop people, to boot people from being dicks and everything else. So I said, you know what? No, I wouldn't. And I turned on the show to have a nose. Not only is it dull, boring, and dreary, and all the questions have been asked repeatedly before, and the same answers have always been given. Let's see. There wasn't a full panel. There was, at a maximum, 8 people on the show, which was more than enough room for me. Because, again, it's what people do when the hard questions won't get answered and they don't have a fucking spine. Winding me up is one thing. Bullshitting to my face is something else. I'm used to David trying to wind me up, because he does it every time I do a stream, usually. He will post some innocuous comment to try and annoy me. I know his game. There's a difference between banter and really just flat out lying to my fucking face. And I don't like that. I don't like being lied to. It's the biggest cardinal sin. You lie to me, you're done. That's it, no more. I'm honest to the point of brutality, to the point of failure. And that's me. That's who I am. That's what I do. I am brutal. Because I have to be. Because if you're not, people will walk the fuck all over you, like he just tried to do to me. And to be perfectly honest, I managed to sit through about 15 minutes of that dreary fucking bullshit. And nothing made any sense. All of the questions have been put out repeatedly, and it's always, it's on the drawing board, it's on the drawing board, it's on the drawing board, and nothing ever gets done. So why pander to the same fucking company that you know 2 days down the line is going to ram that fucking knife right in your back? I don't know what sector David's in, and frankly, I don't much care. It's called putting people bang to fucking rights, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I mean, in fact, I know the exact date because I managed to pick up a copy of that video where I did sack Dutch. It was February the 4th, and David is not Godscope. Godscope's a different guy. I haven't seen Godscope do a show for a while, so I don't know. But so I turn up to the show, I say a few things, and the next thing I know, I'm getting kicked off the channel. For the simple reason that Kixeye admitted a mistake, and I put in the chat as a joke, oh, Kixeye made a mistake. Maybe Doodle's going to get fired next week. It's a joke. If you can't take a fucking joke, you can't take sarcasm, stop running the shows. Because the shows are bollocks at the moment anyway. All of it. All of the shows. They're all shite. Battle of Vortex, the War Commander Battle of Vortex is gone. All of the Battle Vortex shows are gone. There are no more Battle Pirate shows. There are no more Vegas shows. The only one that won't sit and fucking die is War Commander. And that's what should happen next. Just let it fucking go. Stop playing that stupid piece of shit game that you're playing all the fucking time. Go play something else. Seriously. Go and play something else. Shadow managed to do it. I've managed to do it. A whole bunch of other people have managed to do it. Get stuck off this fucking War Commander shite and get on with your life. Because you're just sinking money into a game that's inevitably going to fail. They brought up the HTML5 question again. Let's see, they've got until the beginning of 2020 to do anything. Vega took 6 months to put into HTML5, and that was it. Vega changed to HTML. In fact, no, Vega went to Unity and went to Steam. So they did it. Phoenix has ducked out. So that's good news. Just get out of that fucking shithole. Please, seriously. Just take a walk and stop. Because I've had enough of being people's fucking patsy, and David has tried to use me as a patsy tonight. And I will not fucking put up with it. Honestly. I am fucking done. You see, that's the next one. People are missing me on the shows. Because I don't do them. On the minute I turned up on the fucking... The minute I turned up to the Golden Doodle podcast, people wanted me on that show because I do ask the questions that nobody else will. It's what I've done. It's what I've always done. It's what I will always do. I ask the shit that people want asking. None of this fucking pandering crap. What do I watch? What are we going to do with this base? What's coming in the event? Kickstarter will give you the information when they choose to give you the information and not 1 second fucking before. Seriously. I don't know who the fuck is the producer of that show this time. It seems they change producers every other week. 1 week it's Anton, 1 week it's Gothscope, 1 week it's David, 1 week it's somebody else. I'd like to know who's pulling all the fucking strings behind the scenes. Seriously. Who is pulling all of the fucking strings? You guys are right. I mean, Stu, factual and entertaining. Factual, definitely. Entertaining is a point of purview for yourself. But no, I never hide how I'm feeling, and right now I'm fucking betrayed, to be perfectly honest. I really am. I am fucking betrayed. That show has betrayed everything that I have set out to do. Oh no, I will make you cry and stand and point and laugh, but that's entirely something else. Because that's the sign of weakness. The Immortal One does not cry. Here's the thing. Whoever is running that show behind the scenes is doing it wrong. Because you're putting people out, you're separating people apart, and as much as some people on one side will hate other people on the other side, that's fine. But if you can't get on a fucking show, then why? If you can't get on with each other, then why? Why bother with all this crap? There's been multiple times. Here's the fucking stupid thing. Right before I left the show, back in back in February is when I left the show, and a couple of weeks before that, we did the January event. And because I wasn't going to be on the show, I said to Roy at the Situation Room that I would give him the event show and send everybody to him for the event show. because I wasn't available for. I didn't think I was going to be available for the particular show, so I said to him, "Look, do it. We'll do it on your show. We'll co-host it." And I was happy to do that. Roy was happy to do that. Everybody involved was happy to do that, except for fucking Dutchy Boy, who said he was going to be 3 or 4 hours late, which would put everybody behind, because in the beginning, everyone watched the Unshackled show or the Situation Room at the start of the event to sort of get a picture of who was doing what. But no, Dutchy threw a wobbler, and that progressed to me completely leaving the show for a little while, then coming back drunk one night to do that fucking rant. I mean, even fucking. This is the funny thing. Stu likes the idea of the co-host, and I know he can't. I know him and Roy have a little bit of a thing. If it's the same guy, because I honestly don't know. I hear a lot about. I hear a lot of shit from Roy about a lot of things. So, but I'm friends with Roy. I'm friends with David. Well, I used to be friends with David until fucking today. I'm friends with a lot of people. A lot of people come to me for advice. A lot of people still come to me and say, you should run a show again. And I always have to say, look, no, I can't do it anymore. And to be honest, I don't want to do it anymore because of all this shit. Exactly. You are the same guy. That's fine. But it's all the same shit over and over again. But for crying out loud, it's enough. It's enough to say enough is enough and get the fuck out of here. Really, it is. It's enough to say sign off and do your own thing. IGW kicked me out of their group because I just told them, I outrightly said to them, you haven't done anything in 18 months. There's been no beta release. There's been no development results. There hasn't been even an alpha testing session for guys who are backing the game. That's it. I mean, you've been asked to go on the show and you've declined. So yeah, that's your decision to decline that. But there's no injection of fresh blood into Unshackled. It's why when the Situation Room first got underway and more people started to watch it, and I'd heard about it, what did I do? I went and watched for a little while on the quiet, on the QT light, and I did. I'm not going to lie to you. I did. I watched it on the QT for several weeks and made a decision. And at the time, it was a case of, because Unshackled had smacked BV off the fucking radar, and all of the guys that were loyal to myself and Shadow had gone to Unshackled and stopped watching BV. So BV at this point, the War Commander BV was off the cards, off the table. And Roy's show had come along, and I don't know how I can put this. It stepped on my toes. It stepped on my toes. That's about as close as I can get to it. And for a long time, I didn't bother. I put multiple things in place to stop people going between shows, because it wasn't what I wanted. If you were going to do one show, you were going to do another show, you're going to do another show. And then a few things had got said to me by a few people, and it was a breath of fresh air. It's like somebody had come and just smacked me in the mouth and said to me, "Look, Phil, you're being an idiot. Why are you getting so fucking jealous because somebody's trying to do the same thing as you?" And in some ways, they did it the damn sight better for a while, because in that particular state of mind that I had been in, I mean, it's an excuse, yes, but it's the only one I have. And when I was in that particular frame of mind, it's negative. It's negativity. And the more you play on the negativity, the worse it's going to get. And I lost a lot of good people from that show for a period of time, until I knocked my own head into gear And Roy was on Unshackled. Unshackled was on Roy's show, and we were doing co-shows a lot of the time. And it was good. And I mean, at the particular point before my exit, it wasn't even competition anymore. It was a coalition, and it was working two things as one thing. And a cooperative is much better than competition. Oh, I'm playing a whole bunch of games. I'm into Star Trek Online quite a bit right now, as well as a CCG, a card game with a development company, Postmaster Games, running Star Trek Adversaries. It's a lot of Trek stuff. I'm a Trekkie. I can't help it. I'm a nerd. I like sci-fi. It's my deal. But with that, I'm just going to simply say this. As far as I'm concerned, I'm cutting all ties with Unshackled. No shows, no appearances, no help, no nothing. The joint event shows could have been on any channel. You could have done one on Roy's, and then Roy could have done one on yours, and that's the way it should have worked. It's a simple fact of it's coalition and cooperation. That's how it should have worked. Fair representation, you even the panels out. That's fair representation. You do a show on Unshackled, you do a show on Roy's, and you post it between the two. Did you ever ask him? Did you ever ask him if he wanted to do it on your channel? Or you wanted to go on his channel? You see, you're missing the point. It's not one or the other. You have to do both. You have to find the even keel. And if there isn't an even keel, you are doomed to fucking failure. There's nothing wrong with promoting both of the shows. And a lot of it is the same information repeated with different opinions. And it's the opinions that matter. And some of them are louder than others. And mine will resonate. Mine will resonate today. And it already has. And I'm going to simply end with this. Don't expect me to come to Unshackled aid anymore. Because tonight I have been betrayed by one of the fucking guys that I trusted to take over from me. And that's a mistake he will live to regret. And I'm not happy. I am really not happy tonight. If you ask me to do something and then lie to me about the reasons why you want it, then you're done in my book. As far as I'm concerned, David is off the fucking board. He's not welcome anywhere that I am. And he'll see this, and other people will see this, and that'll be it. And I'm done. That's it. That's Unshackled, wiped clean. I don't care what they want. I don't care what they need. I don't care who runs it. It's done. And that's the end of it. I should have closed that show down 6 months ago. When I left. Originally. I should have closed down that show. And that's how I feel about it. I still feel the same then as I did right now. Unhappy and betrayed. And I will not tolerate it anymore. So you might expect another couple of things from me over the next few weeks over here. So if you're not subbed, please do so. If you are, then great stuff. You can find me over on the Twitch as well. I'll put that in the description at some point later on. And you can find me playing games over there. If you want to hit some games up with me, I've got World of Warships. I'm on the American server. We can hit up some of that too. And we can all play games. Because that's the aim of everything that the community is. And the community that I built was a gaming community. Not a kickside community. Not a fucking I hate you kind of community. I don't hate anybody. But tonight has been the biggest utter of betrayal that I've ever experienced in my life. Shadow Killer doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't. He's running like League of Legends shows off Unshackled Games, which belongs to me. I own that channel. And I haven't done anything about it. And I'm not going to. He's doing what he's enjoying to do. He's putting it out on Unshackled Games. Fine and dandy. He's posting in the Immortal Gaming channel that he's doing games and playing games live on Twitch. That's fine too. Unshackled is unshackled, but to be honest, it's done. And tonight has killed it for me. I can't support something that is going to blatantly lie to my fucking face. When I left Unshackled, when I went off, I did my thing, and that was it. I don't play. No, I don't play. But I know more about the fucking inner workings of the bloody game than just about anybody I know. Whether it be programming, whether it be mechanics, whether it be anything. That's the game. That's the aim of the game. It's all about the numbers game. I've forgotten more about War Commander than most of you will ever know. And tonight I'm pissed off. I am betrayed. I am angry. And that's the next thing. And that's the next thing to come. So I'm terminating anything to do with Unshackled. And I'm going to continue doing what I do in my personal life, whether it be Twitch, whether it be coming and doing some podcasts on YouTube, whether it be chilling on Roy's show and chatting with his guys and discussing stuff with him. And that'll be the end of it. So with that, enjoy life, the free world. Never take a moment for granted and make the most of every day. Peace out, bitches.